Fine, I'll give you one.
Yeah.
I did it. I gave him one.
I know I sounded like
it was a short
little,
one.
Yeah. That was a short one. We were talking a little bit right before the stream and got carried away. So my whole mindset of having the right monkey chant, I'll get you next Monday.
Yeah. I gave you a little sample.
He gave us a little bit. We need a little bit more cowbell.
Yeah.
I want more cowbell.
Just need to be louder.
You just need to be a little louder. You know what I mean? So welcome. Hey, 4 viewers already. Thanks for tuning in.
Back.
First and foremost, welcome.
Hope you had a great weekend.
Yeah. This guy asked me, "Is it Monday?"
I totally
was like,
forgot.
Got the monkey chant, dude. It's Monday.
Been working. Just kind of days fly by. Mm-hmm. I was fully ready. Whimsical Wing It Wednesday. Top off the top, and it's like more monkey mod.
Yeah, whimsical.
But I literally just did the Twitter.
Hey, I gotta say, I love the theme of the days so far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we were talking about this like just before we got on air. This past week, the weekend was good. NFTs were surging. Come Sunday night, this morning, we saw a big pullback. And it's so funny because one of our OG viewers, Gary, was just talking about, when I think, what's the saying? Along the lines of like people sort of, he's in chat, so he'll correct me here in a second. I know he will.
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Yeah, there he is.
More cowbell.
But something along the lines of, everyone's got this sort of, I'm not even quoting, I'm not like following along the lines of the quote, but like going into NFTs like Friday, Saturday, everyone's very bullish. We're all like, I think we lost a bit of our humility, and even myself, with the Moondogs pumping everything, I was like, yeah, we can do anything. We can win on everything. But when you're not cautious and, when everyone's kind of throwing caution to the wind, and that's the time to sort of be a little bit more skeptical and be like, hey, okay, what's going on here? We saw that crazy rise and, hard fall of the Penguins. which if you're watching it, like I had penguins and I was like, man, I don't know about this. This is too much. It doesn't feel right for the industry. We saw it surge, and then this morning, it had like a 50-60% pullback on its overall value, which across the board, we've seen a lot of the bigger NFT projects pull back. And one thing we were talking about was like, a lot of new people are coming into this realm, and this is going to be a really tough lesson to learn, but we need to stay positive, focus on, that sucks, seeing sort of a lot of money come in and then it getting pulled out, people like not having, as much faith in the space or the projects that are launching. What do we do from there? How do we maintain this positivity? And it's kind of like, what we've talked about from the beginning is invest in the projects that you believe in. Mm-hmm. They're here for the long run. These aren't flip projects, right?
Yeah. So people you believe in, right? Because a project could be great and all, but if the person behind it doesn't have that conviction, like they'll get it done, like they're capable of getting it done, then it's a red flag.
Yeah.
But I wanted to touch on what you said. It's very important, for any mistake made, right? If you feel like you got the short end of the stick, don't, feel fortunate that you're in this space at this time. Don't be so hard on yourself, let the record show I've made some stupid mistakes, but
check all our wallets for
right
mistakes.
That's why I keep my shit public. I don't hide anything.
Yeah.
It's there. So it's like, just don't be so hard on yourself. Keep learning and have some fun. You know what I mean? Cultivate that community, whatever you're here for, right? Some of you aren't here for community, most are, right? But just cultivate that feeling that you had when you first entered the space and share it with like-minded individuals, right? Because there's a lot of negativity that we saw within the past 24 hours just floating around. And it's, it's all up to us on how we decipher that, right? How we let it affect our day-to-day lives. So,
yeah, for sure.
So I hope nobody's taking anything personally. I hope nobody's reading stuff and it affects their day. And if it is, just understand, like, you're definitely not alone, but, perspective is what I'm going to leave it at. There's always two ways to look at one thing. It's all about your perspective about it. So this is a learning process for us all.
It's learning. NFTs, they always say don't invest what you can't afford to lose. Kind of play with money that you can afford to lose. And you really need to look at it as fun. You sort of have two sides of the ball. You have two camps. People that are like in it for the art, the utility, like the longevity of the projects that are like developing within the NFT space, and then you have the other half that are looking for profits.
The flip life,
right?
There's a lot of that,
and I don't think it's necessarily like white and black. You don't have to be one or the other, but maintaining a good balance between the two is good, because what we saw from this weekend, I think, is too many people coming in for that flip. They saw the price of some projects surging. They're like, oh man. I'm victim myself,
Oh yeah, that's happened to me multiple times.
I fell multiple times, and I should have checked myself. What Gary was saying. He typed it up. They say to be greedy when people are fearful, and fearful when people are greedy, which is great. Like literally, he said that last week, and man, that doesn't. It couldn't find like a quote that would fit this sort of scenario better. It was. It was a bit too much too fast. And so what do we do from here? Let's say, you didn't quite make, you've lost profits, some of your portfolio's down. Hopefully you haven't, fully gone into the red. You've taken some profits along the way. You don't want to be, I think you don't want to be too stuck into illiquid JPEGs, PNGs. You can trade them all and stuff, but
I'm gonna cut in if it's okay.
And say,
or you do, right? Maybe that's why you're in this space, right? Is to create this colorful wallet of styles that represent who you are, what you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like they're us as when we look at it. There shouldn't be definitions of what we are and what we aren't in the space. Sure, you should draw your line in the sand, but maybe you're the type of collector who just wants to buy all the things to support all the people, and you don't necessarily believe in it all, right? Like, I don't want to go against you too much, but I wanted to just let everybody know that even if you're on that side, like it should be all smiles, it should be all fun, and if it's not, like, I want to help. I know Scott and I would like to help turn that around for you. You know what I mean? Whether it's discussions we have on the show or anything really.
I think just keeping a positive attitude about the space. Like I said, like
that's important.
I think once you go beyond your means, you know, once you've stretched too far, you make a bad call or whatever, and it starts becoming unfun, then you really need to go back to like why you started it. And if it was for the wrong reasons, you know,
short-term gains and
things like that, like overall, you're not gonna. I think if you're only here for those short-term gains and you're trying to make profit all of this, you're not really, you know, helping the space, and you're not contributing to the communities. I think that it's important, you know, especially in this early stages of development for all these NFT projects and the whole NFT scene in general, is to like really have people who are gonna believe in it and hold on to your project, you know, and let the value accrue over time rather than just going for the quick flip.
Yeah.
But as we've seen, you know, from this weekend and everything.
But on that note, like, I have a feeling there's a handful of people who came into the space with that mindset, but soon grew into a different mindset, a more practical mindset, right? Because let's be practical with all this. You don't see these types of gains in such a small period of time with the number of projects that are out versus the number of people making purchases on these platforms without some type of correction, right? Without some type of pump and dump. It may appear to be a pump and dump, but what it is just people following the news and the hype and the trends, and rather than looking at, let's take the Moondogs, for example. I personally think down the road, if they stay true to whatever it is they're working on, like, they can do a lot of collabs.
Oh yeah,
right? You know what I mean? Like these unique projects. So don't just count a project out just because you saw the market pump it and dump it. That's not necessarily, you know, a reflection of the project. Do your own research. Look into that project and say, is the community tripping? Is the public tripping on this? Like, should I follow your gut? Have some fun. Like, don't forget about that. Like, have fun. This stuff should put a smile on our faces. Like, 100%. The second it doesn't, take a step back. Take a step back and reanalyze, you know, what you're doing here. Or maybe it should be stressful. I know, like, so everybody's chemistry is different. I'm going on a little rant here, a little squirrel moment. But I know some people love that feeling because that feeling drives them. Having that feeling internally drives them. So whatever drives you, right? Whatever puts that smile on your face, do it. You know, like, what's that character from Starsky and Hutch? Ben Stiller. Do it. Do it. He's got the puffy ass hair. I don't know why. I love that gif. Like Gary Vee said in the recent Zoom, if you are over leveraged, don't fall in love with your second and third favorite. Make some sales, take some profits.
Yeah. And I saw someone actually recently, I can't remember off the top of my head who it was, but they were saying something like, you know, they try to maintain a portfolio that's just about, you know, as much ETH in their wallet as the value of their NFTs, like say they were to liquidate. And I don't think that's a terrible idea to have.
Definitely not. No.
Not a lot more ETH, but never fully cancel out your wallet. You know, don't go all in on NFTs. Have a good balance, you know, NFTs, maybe even dabble in some altcoins, you know, some DeFi and stuff.
One recommendation, I love that tip, to layer that on top. Not to worry anybody, but you know, let's say you have some bags like that. Make sure that you don't allow that ETH to sit in the same wallet as those assets, right? You use it as your primary means of transportation, but let's say you have 100 ETH worth of assets and 100 ETH worth of ETH in your wallet. It's my belief that you're better off sending 97 of that ETH to another hot spare that you don't access too frequently. Peace of mind knowing that if for some reason that primary wallet gets compromised, at least only half of your portfolio is lost, right? In that case, when you're dealing with that type of bag, always, you know, any large amount, send that off. Send that off. Never keep it in the same wallet. That's just my personal opinion.
Gary said my cryptocurrency wallet can't keep up with my NFT portfolio.
Yeah, and that's just my opinion, right? Yeah. Take this all with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
So,
these are all our opinions. I mean, personally, I like to just keep some ETH around just in case. You know, I'm trying to accrue as much as I can so that I can, you know, eventually get a V-Friend, get maybe an Ape or a Punk or whatever. You know, the big ones are down the line. And so I'm trying to sort of accrue, so flip positions. And maybe, you know, you do want to be all in on NFTs. Like that's your own prerogative. But for me, I think finding a nice balance between NFTs and ETH kind of where I'd like to be sitting.
I love it.
Do you want to talk about? I mean, it is Moral Monkey Monday.
Yeah.
Want to jump into Moral Monkey?
Let's jump in.
Let's do it. Just to remind you guys, about Moral Monkey and how to enter.
Yeah. So Gary, before we switch over, for those unaware, we have a number of different accounts.
Right.
Primarily, it's KCCO_Eric. Let me pull him up, give him a shout out. I think what he's doing is really special. He sold 1,000 raffle tickets valued at 0.007 ETH. He ended up collecting, I think, about 7 ETH, but he also spent close to 50% of that on giveaways, events, his time. He ended up getting another V-Friend. The floor of the V-Friend he's giving away is above what he made. I just think it's really awesome what he's doing, so I wanted to shout him out. And the giveaway is...
I'm going to go to the window.
Hold up. I wanted to make sure I had the right account.
For some reason my quality's getting weird.
So this is the account. I would highly recommend go and give him a follow if you're not already and you're in the V-Friends community, and even if you're not in the V-Friends community. He's a gamer, he's a streamer, he's a collector. I don't watch as much of the content as I'd love to, right? But I really love what he's doing with that initiative and that Knowing Gnome. And Scott has one of the raffle tickets. So
You're just like
what? What? What is wrong with you?
Nothing.
What is wrong with you?
Nothing. So Gary said
I'm trying to manifest the fact that Scott
there you go.
is gonna win a
Knowing Gnome.
Gnome.
You clicked away from it. Were you just trying to find this one?
Yeah, so I was first talking about Eric and what I know about him and the
see.
few interactions I've had with him.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna show the raffle. So forgive that wasn't a squirrel. That was a purposeful squirrel.
I thought you were about to full squirrel.
No, that was a purposeful squirrel.
There
I was just kind of, you're easing the audience. I think I'm learning how to do that more, where you kind of you prep something you're about to pull up on screen, stage what. Maybe it's a waste of time. Maybe everybody's lost right now.
But yeah, so the Knowing Gnome, because Gary was saying that I was gonna win the Knowing Gnome raffle, because I don't have a V-Friend.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
It comes up what?
Saturday this morning, 7 a.m. Pacific.
Wait, it's this week?
Yeah, this week.
Oh
snap!
Yeah, so that thing, it's so funny because it's been sitting in my wallet for like how long now? Weeks. And we always make jokes about the Knowing Gnome that's sitting there. Like, this thing, I've got it.
He's got it on his lawn.
Yeah. Marcelo's like, that will become a Knowing Gnome.
Right? So shout out to everybody he's collaborated with. Jeremy, Adrian, which is aka Droshik and aka Wannabe a V-Friend. Also V-Friend's Family Tree, aka Cam. I'm forgetting a few others. Forgive me. This is an impromptu shout out. So let's go over to moralmonkeymob.com. Gotta make sure we're on the right scene here. So for those unaware, this is an initiative that I started on a road trip, before Monkeybites, before we started this podcast. And it was an initiative to give back to Gary's community because I have learned so much, and I'm just so grateful for all of the knowledge, the free knowledge he's released, right? And it's helped me so much this past decade in my young adult life. So this birthed from this act of giving, and it kind of grew and grew and grew. So what we're doing here at BitMonkey Studios, we're loaning out 5 of our Moral Monkeys, which are V-Friends NFT tokens by Gary Vaynerchuk. And we're going to be selecting 5 lucky winners every year for the next 3 years to join us at VCon. To be specific, right, we're just loaning out the admission access. You don't get the token. We're doing this every year. We're also covering round-trip airfare and hotel expenses for those lucky winners. So it's a very exciting opportunity for those who were priced out of a V-Friend, or maybe you have a family member that you'd like to join, or a friend or somebody you think could benefit that can't afford to go, because right now the floor is 7 or 8 ETH, which translates into about 25,000 US dollars.
For more monkey?
Well, just for a floor price V-Friend to attend VCon. Right? If somebody wants to attend VCon, regardless of... The Moral Monkeys are definitely worth more.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, there's only one
there
listed, and it's 22 ETH.
Yeah. I don't think they're selling much, to be honest, because there hasn't been... Monkey's a big character, for sure. But as you guys know, I'm a monkey. I've been a monkey for a long time, so that was the first character I looked at. Yeah. So if you go to moralmonkeymob.com, you'll see this short video. I won't play it to save you some time here. There's a Google form that you fill out, and this is the first round of 5 rounds, okay? It's going to be open until November 7th. So we have 3 more months, I believe, just under 3 more months for you to get your application in. On top of that, we're going to be rewarding anybody who owns a VFriends Moral Monkey, depending on your rarity. We have something for you. Now, these rewards will only be eligible to claim. I'm gonna restart this, right? We're gonna get into the habit of this, right? So, in addition to loaning out the 5 Moral Monkeys to 5 lucky winners every year for the next 3 years, we are rewarding all VFriends Moral Monkey token owners. So if you own a Moral Monkey VFriends token, depending on your rarity, we have something for you. Now, these rewards will only be able to... God damn it, why is that tripping me up? I'm so glad this is happening live. I'm just gonna roll with it.
Yeah,
forget that. Live. Jeremy, I tip my hat off to you. I don't know how you do it. I think it's just repetition and practicing while you're live. But depending on your rarity, you get something different. You get a unique perk. These will be eligible to claim during our 4th milestone of Monkeybites, which I'm about to touch base on in this next slide here, okay? Frequently asked questions you could fill out for the newsletter if you'd like to stay updated. If you're not on the socials as frequently and you just want an email, go ahead and fill out that form or join our Discord and just check in every Wednesday. That's our Monkey in the Middle day, all right? It's a new day we dubbed over here at BitMonkey Studio. I thought it was clever. Scott was like, meh. But I was like, well, we got to roll with it and figure it out if it's good or not.
It makes sense. I mean, the barrel of monkeys thing too. You know,
I'm gonna go back to chat real quick. Hold on. Let's converse a little bit. Let's give them a break here. 2 viewers, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Why did the chat disappear? Gary said something. Here we go.
I have it.
You're gonna win knowing that. Yeah. It was actually 7-7, I believe, right before the episode. 7-7.
What? I don't know what we were talking about at that point.
I don't know. Squirrel. I wish I saw it. Squirrel. You guys saw it real time. All right, let's cut back to Monkeybites real quick. So Monkeybites is a thoughtful NFT project focused on rewarding its token owners and giving back to the world. Visit monkeybites.io to learn more. That's what you're seeing on your screen here. It's our 1.0 landing page that's been up since launch. I will give you not a sneak peek, but some insider news that we have been working on the Web 2.0. There's a few pages that are almost dialed in, but we're way ahead schedule on that one. So definitely by the holiday season, when we start releasing further documentation, I think is when that Web 2.0 will slowly start to roll out. So stay tuned and hop in the Discord. You know, now's that time is we have a contest coming up for next month. We're not doing a lot of these, but we're going to be giving away 1 Monkeybyte, which I'm going to purchase out of my personal wallet. I have a feeling Scott might do the same down the road. Wink, wink. Look at those face. I wanted to get that live. But whole purpose of this giveaway is to create a unique contest for our OG supporters. So if you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord before the end of the month. Get as many people in there before the end of the month that you think would want to benefit, because there's going to be certain details that we're going to release for the giveaway. Giveaway is going to last 1 month. Think of it like a competition, right? Would you like to touch base on that more, a little bit more? Yeah. I know part idea was yours.
To me that
no, it's not. No, it's not.
I mean,
we talked
about this, but not launching this idea today. But yeah, so the idea was to increase like growth, you know, for Discord and social media. Whoever, you know, invites the most people to our channel, whoever's like the most active in supporting and sharing Monkeybites, we'll be awarding that Monkeybyte too. That's what we had discussed.
Yep.
I don't know if it was particularly set in stone, but now it is.
Yep. So the specific method, right? That was the original idea.
Yeah.
So that's the foundation of what's going to be happening next month in the giveaway. So
then we'll solidify, I guess, everything.
Yeah. There's a few other things he didn't mention, but I do want to hash those out off air. Yeah. But we'll be making those announcements on the first Wednesday, or probably the last Wednesday of this month. Yeah, probably the last. Hop in the Discord. Link in the bio. So for those who are unaware, though, Monkeybites is very unique because for all the proceeds that come in, we distribute the funds 7 different ways. 77% of that is distributed evenly between 6 funds, 3 of which are focused on rewarding the world and giving back. The other 3 funds, which are focused on rewarding the founders. Now, in this project, founders are defined as token owners, not us. We're lead monkeys, as you'll learn in the white paper. Founders are you, the future owner and contributor. So there's a ton of just insane immediate value once this project is complete, in the form of 2 very unique giveaways. Fund number 4, fund number 5 are Founders CryptoPunks and Founders VFriends giveaway, where between the 2, we're going to be selecting 7 founders and randomly select 7 wallet IDs every single day from each fund. So that's 14 total giveaways every single day from the day within 24 hours of the project sellout until those funds are 0. Limit 1 per wallet, of course. And then on top of that, we have a Founders Mining Farm Fund where through the success of this NFT project, we're going to fund and build out 3 different mining facilities. Think of them as 3. They're really going to be 1 piece of property, right? But it's going to be built out in 3 separate intervals, meaning we're starting out with a particular budget. And then once that first facility is complete, the value of ETH will compound, thus increasing the value of the fund, thus increasing the size of the addition to that facility over time. So by 2024, we're estimated to start monthly BTC rewards for all founders. So that's a long-term utility play right there. And let's bring it right back, because I know I skipped. I did mention funds 1, 2, and 3 and their purpose, but I didn't mention them specifically. So fund number 1 is the Monkeybites Academy Fund, where we're going to be building 7 schools in 7 underprivileged countries. I do want to give you a sneak peek that it is not entirely on the white paper, but right now we're in communications with other foundations who have been doing this for a very long time. And it's not yet confirmed, but the primary goal is to not only build these schools, but to also be responsible for bringing clean water and a completely self-sufficient power grid, as well as agricultural benefits to the local village and cities that we decide to build our academy. So really amazing stuff, really amazing development. Stay tuned for more. We'll be announcing those throughout the rest of the year, as you guys have learned through rewatching any of our content or going through any of the documentation. This is a long-term play, okay? So we're just so excited to share everything with you as things unfold. Fund number 2 is the Giving Back to Artists Fund. This has got Scott written all over it. I love what he's done with the economics, both short-term and long-term, behind this fund. It's going to help artists thrive in every single perspective. I'm going to let Scott talk a little bit here because I know I've been taking up the mic.
Hey guys, remember me? I'm Scott.
Dude, when I'm on a roll, Do you hate me for it?
No,
I feel like it's right.
No, it's fine. I'm just over here browsing Twitter and looking for stuff to talk about. I'm just chilling. But giving back to the Artist Fund, something that's really important to me is, supporting the artist community. That I come from, a photographer, is my background, although, I dabble in other things. I would define myself as a photographer first and foremost. And finding art, that was my first introduction into NFTs. The whole NFT world was just for the art, which I think is really amazing. Although there is, financial gain to be had for me, the first thing that I think about when I go into any project is like, what does the art look like? And I love, the photo community, and I'd love to give back to artists that are up and coming, be able to provide access to studio spaces so that people can create stuff, things like that. There's a lot more work into exactly expressing how the fund, is going to be split up, but big plans for it as far as giving artists like a platform to shine, showing their work around the world is in the works, and like I said, giving studio spaces and giving them the tools to create is like something I would love to do with that.
I love it. And I know we've talked about it a little bit, but a lot of these funds you'll find down the road tie in together in some way, shape, or form, in the sense of providing opportunity. From a person who was introduced to this project through this fund, right? But they can also explore.
The first three are all about providing opportunity and giving back.
Exactly, that's the focus. Those are the
giving back to the world.
Core values and moral beliefs. This being Moral Monkey Monday, let's touch on that. The core values and moral beliefs of this project are transparency and giving back, as you'll find with everything we do. So, nice. Hey, how's our voice today, Gary? Come to find out, so I have to. Let me touch on fund number 3, and then I'm going to apologize to Focusrite. So, fund number 3. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on with fund 2?
No. Not really.
Yeah, and the reason, so I mentioned what I mentioned because fund number 3 is very interesting. Animal Rescue and Sanctuary Fund. To rescue as many animals as humanly possible. When you think of this sanctuary, think of Caesar Milan mixed with Miyoko Schreiner. I think I butchered her name. She has a compassionate care farm up here in Napa, or right outside Marin County. The idea here is I'm a dog trainer. That's something that when I was kind of going through my youth and trying to figure out what I wanted to do, computers was always there, right? That skill set, that knowledge. But when I was thinking of not wanting to do computers, I was like, what resonates with me most? Dogs, man. I've always loved dogs. My dad never, and I understand why he never wanted to get me a dog when we were younger, because the heartbreak, the heartbreak of losing that beloved friend, your best friend. It's devastating. It's fucking devastating. So, but that's why we're here. As many of you guys may or may not know, this project, probably wouldn't be off the ground if I wasn't on some road trip taking a hiatus from a 10-year plan. You know what I mean? If I wasn't devastated from the loss of my dog Optimo. So, this fund, I just can't wait to share the goodness of this project with the world, because she's the reason this project exists. I'm a firm believer of it. The love and compassion I learned from being her dad is going to be magnified through this project. Not only through this fund, but through this entire project. So, sorry to get a little emotional there. I know I kind of squirreled. I wanted to say something else, but so yeah, that's Monkeybites and all 7 funds. And the 7th fund is the Monkeybites Foundation Fund. That fund is for us to keep doing good. It's to a small percentage is going to compensate the team for their time. Another big percentage is going towards minting expenses, as well as building our Web3 front-facing platform, as well as kickstarting some other initiatives and perks and utility-based. I don't want to speak too much more, but you guys read the white paper. You see we shout out Punk's Comic quite a bit and VFriends quite a bit. You guys see how Punk's Comic continuously surprises their audience and brings value to those OGs. I fully intend on taking pages out of their book at every step of the way. So keep that in mind, that fund number 7 isn't just going to line the pockets. It's going to build a foundation that's going to be here for decades to come.
It's going to develop everything.
It's developing everything.
Us do IP and creating longevity of the project.
Exactly. So this is, Scott and I have talked about this countless times. Is this what we want to do for the rest of our lives? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And my answer was yes. His answer is yes. And we've a handful of times asked each other, and we're on the same mission here. So we thank you first and foremost for being here, for watching this, for supporting us, for being so stoked you guys are here. So grateful for this future.
Yeah. Marcelo getting real deep and somber.
I am, man. I start talking about Optimo, I go on a different track. So.
Yeah, it's all good. Being thankful
I won't get too much more into it. I know we want to briefly touch on these things every Monday, because this is why this podcast exists, if you think about it. Yeah. This is that guiding light. This is what brought us all together here. So, yeah, you guys check it out for those who haven't seen this project yet. monkeybites.io. And if you're curious, we got some new pictures. Shout out to the talented Scotty B, aka Tacono.eth, aka Scott Ferreira. Look at that talent. Look at the lighting.
Yeah.
Look at how beautiful.
You can see the background here. We wanted to keep it in line, you know.
Golly.
Yeah, here you go. BitMonkey Heroes.
Right?
These are your avatars. You have to take your pick.
Hey, we can turn these. So, you know, once the illustrators here full time trust, we're going to probably do something like that for the staff. You know what I mean?
That would be cool. Trading cards.
I know. Oh, love it. You know, so P2E, every time I see that, reminds me of World of Warcraft. If we do build a game, it's going to be better than World of Warcraft. And that's saying a lot. That would be my goal, is to make it better than World of Warcraft. I know it's a tough goal, right? We would have to buy Blizzard.
That's a lot of lifting. That's a lot of work.
Oh, man.
That is a mountain to climb.
I know. We got 40 plus years to do it, so it's no problem. Yeah, just wanted to touch on everything for any new viewers. So we're gonna cut back over. Oh,
I think.
And don't forget to follow us on socials. So we're on Twitter at NFT Bites. Monkeybites was taken, but as you'll find, our name is Monkeybites. So please do give us a follow. We're releasing specific, content that's specific for Twitter. Yeah. We're keeping things separate. We're not trying to be too repetitive, although some of the videos you will find us, we'd like to promote because they're great videos that
I think the biggest
matter
thing
on each platform
is that we're now sharing videos that are going to be able to easier communicate what Monkeybites is all about. Yeah. You can just literally just retweet, share, send it to a friend. Whatever, any sharing and bringing people into the monkey family, the Monkeybites family, is appreciated. But yeah, check it out. If you like the videos, let us know. If you hate the videos, also let us know.
Yeah, no. So I would love to hear, right? Like if you guys maybe don't like a topic, or I don't know, if you have any feedback at all, we would love to hear it, right? Constructive criticism is always encouraged. And I promise to always do the same, I never want to what's the term? I forget the term, but you know what I mean? You never want to try to rain on somebody's parade. Damn, that term. Gary just said it recently. Gary, in the comments. He said a term recently that you don't want to, is it neg? Fuck, I'm having a major squirrel moment right here.
I don't know. That maybe sounds about right.
Yeah.
Gary's probably still hanging out.
Yeah. No, as you guys will find, I also had a late night. I was making sure I minted the 77 on the week. So there's 40 out of 70 there. 77 and 20 in the queue. That'll roll out when gas dips low again. So
Gary says FUD. No, probably not FUD.
No, not FUD. I'm gonna bring it back when Scott takes over here in a moment.
Oh, I get to speak, guys.
Oh my goodness! And then I just wanted to shout out our socials. So Instagram.com/BitmonkeyStudio, and then we got the talented.
I love how
Scott Ferrero.
Do I get to speak now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we got.
Sure,
Scott
you don't want to shout out.
you...
Oh, you're actually shouting me out.
Well, we're shouting out. Yes.
Why?
Yes.
But why?
Why not?
I haven't even done it. I still have to. Gary's just gonna be like, when photography.
Yeah.
Which actually, I think we set it for what was it, September 2nd or 4th? So photography by then.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We've been busy.
We'll talk about my stuff.
We've also been
busy.
Get to I just figured it'd be a good habit to kind of go through the flow.
Oh no, I just wanted to talk because it's Moral Monkey Monday.
Yeah, we're going with the trial and error here.
And for me, I think the biggest thing to remember is that we all want mass adoption, right? And this week, we probably saw a lot of new wallets, a lot of new people coming into this space. And what I think that I would like to see from the community and stuff going forward, especially with the pullbacks from today, is just be encouraging to anybody who's new coming into the space, sort of guide them, although this was, a rough weekend to learn if they just got into NFTs. I know my best friend's going to be like, what happened to that? And I'm going to have to explain, what happened with Moondogs. But it's standard market corrections, and you just need to be sort of that guiding light for new people to welcome them into the space, guide them to better info, and really kind of set that positive tone for them, so that when they see people come in, the people who are kind of just being degenerates and screaming FUD in the chat, you know, you can assure them that those people generally don't know what they're talking about.
It kind of reminds me of Call of Duty. You know, the Anons who are
just yeah. You just have people jump in the lobby and start popping off, ruin any momentum.
Fuck your mom or some shit like that. I'm sorry, I just realized we're like...
Nice. Got that
Not
one on
for
stream.
kids. I'm sorry if there was any kids watching this one.
Nice.
Duly noted. Don't say everything on your mind.
Yeah, don't.
Or do. I kind of like
has...
the authenticity we have here, that we just kind of roll with the punches.
We'll just roll with that one.
Beep.
Yeah, we'll bleep it out
Derp,
in the
derp.
episode.
Oh, derp. Speaking of derp, let's squirrel into some derpy birds. What's it called?
What?
I guess this isn't an NFT day.
No, it's not an NFT day.
But I really love what Scott touched on there. Be encouraging, because there is so much FUD. There's so much negativity that's very easily perceived as that's how the rest of the space is. And that's not true.
Yeah.
Right? That is not true. For anybody considering selling a token, right? Or for anybody considering just getting out of everything because of what they see. Hey, if that, you know, that's the decision you want to make.
Yeah.
That's your decision, but man, like, I hope you guys reach out first and foremost if you're getting that type of experience. Like, you know, there's just so much community here. There's so much, everybody's trying to help everybody, and there's a lot of people. So a lot of people maybe don't feel heard yet, or, but there is a lot of these projects and a lot of these accounts that, like we were talking about the Call of Duty reference, you don't know who's real and who's fake. You know what I mean? There's a lot of fake accounts pretending to be real and posting pictures of somebody else and creating this persona and this perception. And I mean, there's a lot of FUD going on right now. So the best thing to do is to be encouraging, but then to also help educate and be patient with those newcomers, because I'll be honest, I had to be patient with Scott a little bit with some advice, you know? I had to give certain advice to have him look for himself too at times. But, you know, fucking look at him now. God, I can't take credit for it all. He put in the time, but like, it's you got to be patient with newcomers. You know what I mean? You're doing all right.
I think I'm learning. You know, I'm learning very valuable lessons. I think quick and early, and not losing too much from these lessons. Yeah. Which is nice.
Yeah, he needs to practice more patience though. That's why part of me like thinks he's not gonna win the knowing known, because like if he's gonna win one, this guy
fudding my win. No way.
I've been rooting you on since day one. No, I've been rooting you on since day one for that knowing known.
I am winning this one. Don't even put that bad.
What I'm saying though is he needs a patient penguin. He needs a character created for him.
An impatient.
That's what he needs.
Impatient imp.
No, patient penguin. We need to get Gary V to create a character just for Scotty B. Patient penguin. He just waddles around.
I don't want anything to do with penguins.
No?
Not any. I'm trying to cut. Just nothing to do with penguins anymore.
Yeah, no, I understand. No, but I love it. Couldn't agree more.
Gary says you can learn a lot about a project's community just by lurking in the Discord for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Which is totally true. You can really gauge, you know, the feelings of a Discord and why people are there just by hanging out for a while. Hopefully, you know, from projects that have, you know, value, or projects that you see succeeding down the line, it's full of encouraging and supportive people who are excited about the project, not just people concerned about like what the floor is all the time, or, you know, if there's been a slight dip, everyone's freaking out. They're like, you know,
short term.
Yeah.
You know,
just look for.
And no offense, right?
It happens.
If that's why you're here, that's why you're here. Have fun with it, but don't get mad when you lose. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Also, don't fall into like hive mindset of believing everything. You know, because the vocal people are only a fraction of what you know each project actually of their holders. It's probably like less than 10% people actually talk in Discord. Yeah. In most of the projects, it's probably less than that.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. A lot of people are just watching and yeah. I love the tips. I love the advice there. I love it. Very valuable.
Sir.
What else? Is there something you wanted to touch on? I believe.
I don't know. I think that's it. it's a Moral Monkey, so we're just kind of
it's a Moral Monkey Monday. So we usually get personal on these days. We usually spotlight the one NFT project and the one initiative we have going, just to remind everybody. What I'd also like to start doing is, we did these speed rounds last time that maybe we should theme those per day, is what I'm thinking. We should theme the speed rounds. So each day the speed rounds are different based on the theme of the day. But it would really only work with interviews, because we can't keep asking ourselves the same questions.
I don't think we need a speed round at the end of every episode.
No, I'm talking about the interviews. So I'd love to hear it. If you guys would love that idea for any time we have anybody else on the show on any of these days, we'll have a preset theme of the day speed questions for each day. That way, make it more fun and interactive. And who knows, maybe sometimes we just pick a question.
Pull it out of a hat.
Just pull it out of a hat like a rabbit in a hat. I was about to say donkey something, but I forget the joke. My little cousin grew up on a farm, and he's got a lot of farm references that I don't remember. I just remember hearing him say some funny shit about a donkey before.
I would imagine. Lives out in the country?
Right? Used to.
Oh, okay.
All right, well,
sheesh.
I think that's a wrap. I think that was a great episode. Not too many squirrel moments. I know you may have noticed a few moments that appeared to have been squirreled, but no, they were intentional. They were just a really long detour to the point.
Just coming all the way back
you know
around.
what I mean? Yeah. I'm getting better at that.
Yeah.
I'm getting better at that. So thanks for your patience.
Yeah, there you go.
You too. Thanks for your patience with me, man. I need to be mindful of not talking when I hear I don't know. It's like these headsets or something.
I mean, that's why we're here. We're just here to chat. There's nothing. I mean, that's why when you want to have some structure to it. As much as I like having the structure and adding okay, this week we're gonna do these amount of questions for this. I kind of like just spitballing and having the flexibility to do that, or where you'll be hey, so we have this thing, and Scott didn't know we were gonna talk about it, but we're gonna roll with it. And those are fine.
Fuck planning. Unless it's an interview.
Yeah,
unless it's an interview.
But I think having the lightning round at the end is good. And I think that the questions we have now are good. And if we need to modify it, we modify it. On air, live, as it's coming off.
That's agreed, dude. I love it. This is why I love you brought it up. It's set in stone. That's our rule. That's one of our laws right there. So
sure, there you go. Boom, done.
Sure, there you go.
Boom, roasted.
Oh yeah, this is getting hot. So everybody, thanks for tuning in.
I hope you guys had a great Monday episode with us, and you continue to have a great week.
Yeah, maybe Scott needs an adaptable.
I'm actually. It's so funny.
I'm gonna put these chats on the screen. I'm thinking for the next.
Maybe we should. Yeah. But.
Everybody watching the recording can see it.
All right, let's do it. I forgot my train of thought.
I'm responsible for that one. My bad.
Oh yeah, I just want to say this. I'm excited for the rest of this week, just to see where things go from here, because it was a rough weekend to come out of. People with their NFTs and see how these projects adapt and rebound. We'll see how everything goes.
Squirrel. Yeah. Me too. But I'm also gonna leave on this note, right? Close this episode on this note. Just be patient, right? These things may not turn around today, tomorrow, this week, next month, next year, right? Just be patient. Understand that it can all go to zero, right? It can. As much as I don't want to say it can, but the chances of that happening. I don't want to get into statistics because I'm not a math major, but they're far underneath less than 1% of that even happening. So gonna have to watch. Hey, thanks for joining in. Yeah, we're 49 minutes in. We're also baking over here. It's a little hot where we're at, and we had to close all the windows, no fans. So, but yeah. What else was I going to say? I think that's it. Yeah, just everybody be patient. Be patient in the space. Be patient during this time. Have fun.
Yep.
Above all, have some fun. Follow your gut.
There you go.
And yeah, I think that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in. This episode of BitmonkeyTV, Moral Monkey Mob.
Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yeah, happy Monday, everybody.